wow. It's episode 8. Oh my gosh, we made it to episode 8. Whoa. Guys, thank you for sticking with us. I'm sure half of you right now have binged from episode 1 until this moment in time. And I just would like to say, pause, get up, get a snack. Wow. Don't go to bed. Keep watching. Become addicted to us as we are addicted to each other.
Leave it on all night streaming in a circle so we get those sick views.
Oh yeah. Get we need those sick views.
Yeah, let's
defeat the algorithm with us. The game.
Algorithm.
Did you guys think we would consistently film enough to get 8 episodes? I never once lost confidence in us. No?
Oh, I was like, are you asking us or the viewers?
I'm asking the group.
Oh, then no.
We had it in us.
We did.
Yeah.
Well, let's keep in mind that I have not finished editing any of the episodes. So we're still not entirely there yet.
We filmed a lot.
I'm still proud of us.
We did it. Too. We did it. Yay. Yeah. Good job. Also, hi again. Go walk and get some water, person that is binging this show.
Oh, I was like, you guys don't like when I get up and get stuff in the middle.
Now you stay where you are.
No, tired, stay seated.
There's fucking messages here, guys.
Everyone else though can get up at one time. Dyer's not allowed. All right. Oh, yesterday was Valentine's Day, and it's not going to be that when this films, but since yesterday was Valentine's Day, I have a special message for everybody who's watching at home. I don't know who needs to. Hold on.
Take it back.
I have a special Valentine's message for those of you watching at home. I don't know who needs to hear this, but you are a champion and a scholar, and you have great boobs.
You do.
We love you.
Mm-hmm.
We are not sponsored by anyone, but we do utilize D&D Beyond and Roll20. We don't want to be sued. So if we're using these platforms wrong, just let us know. If you've already let us know, clearly disregard this message because we're probably in process of fixing it right now. While I was writing this little opener, because last time I wrote nothing, you recall. So this time I wrote stuff down. And I was like, man, you know what would be great if I had a mug that just said, welcome to Param, so that during this part, I could be like, if you're joining us for the first time, welcome to Param.
I can edit that in post.
Just use like word art level, so it's just like it's like straight across. There's no
not bend. Yeah,
I'm gonna get my cup then. Okay.
Don't let it track with the cup. It just needs to sit there.
Yeah, lag.
Yeah.
If you're joining us for the first time, welcome to Param, a planet created by the shape-shifting deity Param the Laughter. Yes, they named the planet after themselves because why wouldn't you? So let's get into it. Last time on Afterworld, cue the video.
Where were we? Ah, yes, the Pit of Despair. So, the last time we hung out, our party had agreed to fight to the undeath's death with Sybil the Librarian / Param Priest. This quickly revealed itself to be that terrible decision everyone knew it was going to be, when within about 3 rounds of combat, Sybil had successfully restrained or charmed every member of Team Punching way above their weight. But when presented with an opportunity to admit their mistakes and surrender, our group did what they do best, refused to acknowledge their bad decisions and continued to barrel forwards. So, in this case, demanded death first. But instead of playing by the proposed rules of combat, once rejected, Sybil cast a wish spell to wipe away the memories they had been fighting so hard to keep. #NotBitter. In her words, all their memories of the library were replaced with a battle where you helped me defeat terrible warriors who tried to destroy the library. And so, riding high on the victory of helping their best bud Sybil defeat terrible warriors, our party took a moment to collect their thoughts. During this time, their friendly neighborhood librarian gave them each a book to borrow, name-dropped someone called Melancholy to the doctor, and offered to place a bell inside all of their bags that they could use to summon Sybil should they ever need. Like a surprisingly accepted one, and not to be left out of an opportunity to tie herself to yet another unknown being, Rhea also accepted. But Amylite and Dr. Rumbletack probably wisely declined. So, yet again, tired and bloody, our four clueless heroes, half of them now sporting a sweet new back tattoo, left the library and made their way to the Broken Tavern Inn. And now, you're all caught up.
Thanks.
So, you've all left the library.
That transition.
So smooth. The
That
smoothest.
transition, though. That's what they call me, Rachel, the smoothest summons. No one's ever gonna say that. So, you all leave the library. Where are you headed? You're riding high from your victory.
Well, that was exhilarating and terrifying. I think I need to sit. I'm feeling a little bit of the adrenaline sort of come down. It would be nice to maybe take a nap somewhere. Perhaps we could go back to the place where we were before, which I definitely remember the name of, for sure.
Feather and Tackle. No?
No.
Bait and Switch.
No.
No. Broken Tavern. The Broken.
Right, yes, of course. I knew that. We should go there.
That sounds great to me. I'm really proud of how you did though, Doc. I didn't think you'd you said you hadn't done a lot of fighting before, but you did great.
It's honestly kind of surprised myself. I didn't realize that I had it in me. I must be the good influence of fighters around me.
Oh, you don't have to say that. I was always in you all along. Do you want a lift back to the inn, actually? You're looking a little weak on your feet there.
A lift? Like
You can ride on my shoulder.
Like a ride share.
Is that like where we get like a pool or
It's cheaper if you do that, but you know, with all the sickness going around, they discontinue that option.
Sure, why not? I'll ride on your shoulders, and it'd be nice to be tall for once.
Look.
Oh, okay. You can see so much from up here.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
Walk,
Just, if you're gonna fall, tap my arm a little bit or something. I can't really feel you through the armor.
Oh, okay. And he kind of hugs your hair a little bit.
That's what it's for.
Just like, oh wait, I'm not sure about this anymore, but it's too late to say no, so I'm just gonna hang out.
Those big thick braids, so I'm sure there's really good handholds for you.
Yeah.
I think I try and hang back with Rhea a little bit while the two of them are walking and say it's nice of Leica to lie to him. He did fine, right? But I mean, I did all the work back there. What, right?
Sure. I mean, yeah, I guess I that moment where that spell cast or whatever mind controlled me, that was kind of embarrassing, but yeah, no, you did good. I don't know, Jerry got a couple hits in.
Maybe I was just distracted. Okay. I just don't want to give him any false confidence. I mean, he was stunned for the whole battle. It was really embarrassing.
I mean,
nobody's ever been stunned for a whole battle. That's it's pathetic. I mean,
that would hurt the ego a little. I I thought he like, I remember that happening sort of at the beginning, but then near the end, he brought out that little cannon, right?
I don't know.
Did you?
Maybe I missed it. I don't know.
I'm just so impressed with y'all. This is so hard to role play. Like I'm like being like all the different levels that are just happening simultaneously. Terrifying.
Interesting. Maybe okay. I'm just hungry. I'll find some food.
And when you, as you say that, you see that the Broken Tavern is coming into view, and you're nearly back.
Okay.
You well, now I'm confused because you seem confused.
Yeah, I just thought somebody would like, I don't know, compliment me, right? Like, okay, never mind. It's been a long, however long we've been here. Let's just get some food.
And you're saying this as you enter and you see Zephyr behind the counter with Pid, and she is just having a great time with your homunculus. She is laughing. It looks like they're joking together, even though, Pid only speaks in beep beep. And she's just, she's getting ready for the lunch rush. Which has started. So people are coming in and getting sandwiches and stuff. And you see that Zephyr has a pretty good restaurant going on at the Broken Tavern.
Did we get pronouns for Zephyr, by the way?
I think it was she,
right?
Yeah.
So Rumbletack is gonna go, Miss Zephyr, lovely to see you. How has my small device been treating you?
Oh, well, it's just been lovely to have her around and helping out. It's really been quite the treat. Now, there's no chance that you can make me one of my own, is there? I could give you free room and board for afterlife, as it were.
Well, that would be fantastic. And unfortunately, I don't really have the skills to make another one, but I could perhaps leave you with something else. I can work on it a little bit upstairs, if that's all right. Perhaps after lunch, I'll bring it down.
Certainly, I can't wait to see what you come up with there, Doctor. Thank you so much, Pid. Thank you for being my little assistant today. Pid comes up and like cuddles into her face before flying back to you, Rumbletack, and it's just
it's like,
and Pid surveys you.
Oh, it's fine, dear. It's everything is all right. We actually, I have a very exciting story to tell you once we get upstairs.
Yes, you did really well, Pid.
Well, I kind of did. It was amazing. So, and then as we're climbing the stairs, I'm just gonna like blah 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 about it. Cool.
While Jerry is having that conversation with Zephyr, I think Rhea is kind of just like relaxed, puts her hands in her pockets, and finds a piece of paper, and like unfolds it and standing there reading it. And then we'll follow him upstairs.
Zephyr, could we do we have breakfast there or dinner there? I'm trying to remember what meal we've had there before.
Breakfast.
Okay. That breakfast spread was wonderful. Could we potentially get obviously when you've got a moment, no rush or anything. We had a really rough morning. I wondered, could we get like a lunch spread upstairs?
Sure, love. I was going to say, did you want a second breakfast spread? But I can get you a lunch one, no problem.
Well, I don't know. Maybe a combination, sort of like maybe brunch. That's kind of clever, isn't it? If you put the bruh from breakfast and then the lunch from lunch together, you actually get sort of like it's its own little word there.
Or maybe if it's like 11sies, maybe.
Yeah.
Just throw it out.
Mm-hmm.
Amalite, you're still downstairs, right?
Yeah, I mean, if they're heading upstairs, I'll follow. But if they're...
Okay, Zephyr was gonna give you a look when Leica was like, brunch. That's a cool word. That's
Yeah.
new and I've never heard before. And the look Zephyr gives you is, oh, she's never heard of brunch. How sweet. And she's like, sure, dear, I'll go get you some breakfast and lunch sandwiches. I'll send them right up
Brunch?
for you. Brunch. I'll get you some brunch.
That's perfect.
That was a
Thank you
clever
so
one,
much.
Micah.
Dear. Also, before the two of you go upstairs, listen, you're lovely girls and all, but never lie to me again, all right? Thank you,
Yep.
dears.
That's heard. Yep. Understood.
And then she goes in the back.
I mean, all in all, that could have been a lot
It could
worse.
have been a lot worse.
She's cool. Yeah.
She's really nice. I feel terrible about that. I just had such a weird moment.
You don't like lying.
I don't. I just
Then why are you lying to Dr. Rumbletack about how well he did?
what are you talking about?
What?
He did great.
Oh my, save it. And I just start going up the stairs.
Well, that's unfair of you.
I mean,
I'm
okay.
following her.
Mhm.
You don't have to say, even if you don't think you did that well, you don't have to say something like
He was
that. And
stunned. We shouldn't praise him for being stunned. You were trapped in a web. Rhea was God knows where. I mean, I was fighting by myself out there. That's not great confidence considering I'm about to go into a battle where I have to face the people who killed me.
oh, it's so hard to react appropriately. Well, I'm gonna take her by the shoulders and be like, oh my God, I almost forgot your name. I was gonna be like, Megan.
No, it's fine. I probably need to hear it. Validate me.
Amalite. A long, deep breath. I know it's going to be scary and it's going to be terrifying. And there's going to be a lot of things that you didn't think you were going to have to think about, but you've got all of us here and we're going to be with you. And you know you can rely on us.
Can
And-
just one person tell me that I did a really fucking cool job with my spells in that fight?
You did do an amazing job.
Thank you.
You did so well. The one moment where the when I was chanting and you had the spell going at the same time and you knocked it out of that caster's hand and then you did that flip
Yeah.
off the bookcase. You sort of like did a climbing, shooting flip. That was amazing. I've never seen anything like that.
Yeah, that was really cool. Yeah.
Just think about it and think of how well everyone did in there. Like we already make an amazing team and that was just astonishing. We're going to do so much better on your memory trial than we did on the other ones. I promise.
I think I walk into the room and immediately open the door and say, something doesn't add up.
So I think Rhea was waiting outside of the room for you all to come up.
Cool.
And
cool,
just
cool.
like as you're passing is like, hold on, I found the note that I wrote myself. So I realized that I guess what I remember, I mean, why it doesn't add up with what you remember, I guess. Whatever the spell was didn't do a very good job at matching them. But
What doesn't add up?
What spell?
Are you in the room or out of the room?
I think by now, surely we're in the room.
I wasn't
Dr.
sure.
I was
like
waiting
outside.
outside the room, but we could have gone in the room.
I think we should have gone in and then closed the door behind us.
I think we've opened the door as we've said this.
Yeah.
We have closed.
Great, cool.
Great. Okay. Stage
I just want to
blocking.
know if I'm
Check.
part of this conversation or
Yes,
not.
yes, yes.
That's all.
Yeah, let's intentionally exclude the doctor.
Great, cool, awesome.
Well, anyways, the spell.
What
What?
spell?
So
I know you can't tell me really all about whatever it is that I'm not supposed to remember, but
I'm sorry. Did I?
you don't have I remember I wrote a note. You don't have to pretend like you don't know what I'm talking about.
Can I see the
You
note?
don't have to tell me.
What's the note? Whatever you don't remember, I think we also don't remember.
What does your note say, Rhea?
It said that I agreed to the memory wipe, but it made it sound like you all knew what was happening.
I'm sorry. Did I miss something as you walked up the stairs? What are you all discussing?
Well, we were just talking about the fight, and it seemed like maybe what we were saying wasn't quite adding up with each other, but I just assumed that
Do you guys
whatever
remember the moment
memories I got replaced with weren't quite the right ones.
in that fight when Amalite climbed up the bookcase and did that flip while she countered the other spell?
A knock sounds on your door.
Come in.
There's a young
Wow.
lad. What? Wow.
Just kidding.
A young Genasi boy comes in with a tray of food for you. It's your brunch.
Oh, thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. This will just go on the tab. Yes, Miss Zephyr will just add it to a room tab.
Oh, sure, miss.
Is there? I forgot. Is there money here? I can't remember.
I don't know.
Not really. Like,
Not really. Kind of. She has
Okay.
you manifest things for her that she needs. The doctor promised he'd manifest something
Right.
for her. So,
Do we tip? Do we know if we tip?
I mean, he is standing there a little bit awkwardly, like shuffling his feet.
Oh, I'm gonna manifest a little horse, not a real one, like a little wooden horse.
Okay. Give
Wait,
me a
is he? I'm
roll.
sorry. Is he a child? You said boy.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's-
Okay. Cool.
He's probably like 8.
Okay. Cool. So a toy is an appropriate. I was like, if you mean he's like 20, then I'm gonna feel like a huge asshole.
No.
Okay. Can I roll to manifest?
If he was 20, I'd be like, he's a baby. Just kidding.
Wait,
What?
I wanted to try and manifest a miniature horse.
Like a real
I
one?
rolled just like a 20.
You rolled a
Yeah.
natural 20? Megan, I mean this in all sincerity. You fucking asshole.
I mean, honestly, it depends on whether or not Amalite is successful. If Amalite's not successful, or I'm sorry, Leica, if Leica's not successful,
I got it.
I'm gonna say that with manifesting like living, breathing creatures, you're gonna need to be trained in the manifesting skill before you
it's
can do
so
that.
fair.
Because that's amazing, but like we're not.
In the meantime,
not
you
dealing with
manifest
this.
like
I'm not dealing with this right now.
Sebastian in this little town.
you manifest like a
Little
horrifying
Sebastian.
blob of flesh and hooves.
Yeah, no, we're not doing that.
That can be our next drawing challenge.
I got a 14.
Oh,
One more.
14. All right, so you managed to make a little wooden horse. It's pretty rudimentary in its carving. It's not anything that's got incredible detail,
Right,
but
but
it's
cute.
a well done horse. Yeah.
Okay, good. I say, I hope you like horses, and then I give it to him.
Can you give me a vibe check?
Can I also do a vibe check?
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh. Oh God, I forget I'm so good at these. I was like, oh no, only a 10. It's an 18.
I got a 13.
Cool. Rumbletack, you look at him and you're like, oh yes, an appropriate gift dash tip for children.
Cool.
Leica, you look at him and he looks at you like, cool, a horse that I can't do anything with, and leaves the room.
Bye-bye, little Sebastian.
He looks over his shoulder. Like,
Oh, well,
he
sorry.
closes the door behind him. He was
That
a little
flip?
fire Genasi boy.
that flip that she did, you all remember that? It was really cool.
The flip?
She climbed up the bookcases. It was right when the 3 wizard guys were coming in through that ceiling window.
I don't remember that. Perhaps you're confusing. Miss Amalite did at one point jump from 3 different bookcases, like across, and then cast a spell. But I don't remember the backflip. Maybe I didn't see it though. I was kind of caught up in my own thing.
But you were right there,
Doctor,
Doctor.
can I borrow a pen?
Little cannons out.
I did have cannons, yes.
She went right over your head.
Oh, well, I mean, it was all happening very quickly. Maybe
But then she jumped off of one of your cannons.
That
Doctor, can I borrow a
Did
pen?
nobody see the part where I flew on Sybil's back and I said, look at me, I'm flying. Everybody look at me.
no.
There's
So
no way I would have missed that. No, you didn't do that. You making shit up. Whoop. Nope. No cursing. You're sorry. You're
The
making.
afterworld's having an effect on Leica.
I know. Like it's. Ooh, she's
Lying,
cursing.
cursing.
Giving little boys ugly horses. What's next?
He's a cute horse.
I did remember though when Miss Rhea was able to sort of cut her arm, and then like for some reason the arm got larger, like in like 3 times as big. I'd never seen you do that before. That was incredible.
That's not a thing I do.
Oh.
Doctor, can I borrow a pen?
Certainly. Dips into the little like ink holster. Gives
Okay, I take it
holding
and
it.
I just like scribble out something on the piece of paper in my hand, and then I place it on the table. I said, "This is the note that I left to myself." And you all say you don't know what's going on. And the note says, "You agreed to a mind spell to keep your friends safe." And then there's a section that's scribbled out. And then you need to fix your pact, underlined, and try and trust them, even if it seems like they're hiding things, but take what the librarian says with a grain of salt.
That is very specific.
My life. I'm not hiding anything.
So you all don't know what this mind spell is that I wrote a note about.
No.
And we're certain the library and the librarian you're speaking of are this library and not. How often do you check your pockets exactly?
This is new.
All right.
Where's the paper from?
Yes.
Just looks like a piece of paper.
Do I recognize it as a sheet from one of my notebooks?
Give me an intelligence check.
Cool. Nope, not one. Okay.
Oh yeah, where does any paper come from? I'm sorry, it was a dumb question.
I've never seen paper like that before.
You're like,
in my
maybe
life.
you manifested that paper. You're not sure.
So I'm sorry.
Anything
Could you
possible.
read the note one more time? I know I can literally read, but it would be helpful to hear it.
I'm gonna put it in the chat.
How crossed out is the crossed out part? I would like to try to decipher it if I can.
I mean, didn't like, I don't know. She was trying to keep it. I mean, she was trying to make it illegible, but she didn't like spend a ton of time on it.
Yeah, we'll do some checks. We'll do some skill checks here. I am going to say that
There was one part, there's one word in the redacted part that she would have tried harder on than the rest.
I think
Not to be sketch.
no, I think Amalite actively is trying to not read it. So if it's something that like is deciphered, I don't want to know it.
cool. Leica, or not Leica, Raya, can you make a deception check for me? And then yes, and then Rumbletack, you are going to do.
No.
You're going to do a perception check.
Okay. Not great. 13.
I rolled a 2 for
Cool.
a total of 3.
What does the crossed out part say?
I'll text you since Megan doesn't want to know.
Whispers. Yes.
Can I roll again for the word that I would have tried
Yes.
harder on?
You can.
14.
All right.
That beats my 13. So
Yep. So there's that word is crossed out, but you can make out the rest of it.
all right. So according to this note, which is in your handwriting, correct? This is your
Yes.
handwriting?
And the crossed out part is it was something that I included, I think, to let myself know that I really wrote it. Which, sorry for crossing it out, but I just figured if there is something going on, me having something that I will know, that only I know, would be helpful.
I am not consciously hiding anything related to this. But perhaps if you had a mind spell that altered your memory, maybe something similar happened to us.
Yeah, as much as I wish I climbed up a bookshelf and leapt across 3 of them and did a backflip. And even now that I think about it, there's no way an Aarakocra would let me ride on her back.
Yeah, I mean, obviously there's something a little off about her. At least I apparently thought there was something off about her.
Romeltak kind of looks at the book that Sybil gave him and is like, I'm going to read some of this book that the librarian gave us and see if I can sort of get a sense of who she is. I mean, generally speaking, I trust librarians. They tend to be very learned individuals, but these circumstances are strange. But we also don't know. This whole place is very strange, and perhaps people lose memories of themselves over time. I mean, some people did say they had trouble remembering events from their lives. Am I remembering that correctly? So perhaps we just all forgot.
Well, regardless of what happened, we definitely fought something. Because Doc, you're all beat up.
Yes,
I'm
I am.
definitely not at full strength, and wow, I've never thought about that before. How does in universe, how does it work feeling like you've used a spell slot?
You feel less powerful. That's like
Yeah, I've definitely used
energy that's missing.
I've used some of my magic, so I think whatever happens, something happened.
I
Eat and sleep on it.
I had her marked. Sybil. I had Sybil marked, and in my memory that I have, it's because the people we were fighting, a spellcaster mind controlled me, so I was fighting Sybil.
Don't remember you being mind.
What does it mean to mock someone?
It means I get, if I attack them, I can do more damage, and if they attack anyone, one of my friends close to me, they take damage.
So that is something that you would definitely give to an adversary.
Yeah, that's something I would do against someone who was trying to target. Because attacking me or my friends, and like I said, it makes sense if I was mind controlled, but if you don't remember me being mind controlled,
I'd remember that.
And so we don't agree on the events that happened. So I mean, I'm new to battle, but perhaps in the
And you
heat
did
of
so
things,
well.
it seems like there are bigger differences than the heat of battle can make up for. Yes, not all accounts are going to be the same, but especially in a small space like that, if we were fighting together, there should be more overlap than there is.
I would remember doing a backflip.
all right.
I would remember you riding on Sybil's back.
I know.
I'd remember your arm getting huge. That's definitely not.
Yeah, that's definitely not an ability I have. So
I have no memory of these cannons. I believe that they exist, but from what I remember, Doc, you were stunned for the whole battle. You didn't do anything.
Oh, well, that definitely was not the case. I did a number of things, some of which involved cannons and some of which involved me flying, which I don't think I can do. Maybe, hang on, this is sounding a little suspect.
So the memories that you would have would be of things that you know that you can do.
Cool, great.
Your brain would have filled in the correct, like reasonable things that you can do.
Got
I
it.
meant to say that before when you were like, her arm grew 3 sizes.
Sorry.
To be like, Erin,
but to be fair,
and then I was like, well, I guess she doesn't know that that's not a thing.
Yeah, the doctor doesn't know that's
like,
not the sort of magic blood hunters do.
But
Got
like,
it.
yeah.
And I was able to sort of set. I hated to do this, but one of the bookcases on fire. Do you remember that? I didn't want to because there were books, but
No.
I'm very kind
Don't
of
remember any
relieved
fire.
that that is not actually the case, because that would have been very bad.
No, I'm not a huge fan of fighting in and around things that are on fire either. So
Right.
What are the chances we all agree to some sort of mind spell? I obviously did, but I mean, off of my note, it sounds like I wasn't expecting you all to get your memories changed.
What
it seems
reason
weird that
would we have to agree to some sort of mind-altering spell?
I don't think I would. Exactly.
Well said,
That's
Amalite,
very
well
rude.
That was a good note, Amalite. Good interjection.
Thanks. I've been practicing.
I mean, this is the fact that I would let someone mess around in my brain is hard to believe. There would have had to be a good reason, but I doubt I would have agreed to it if I knew that none of us were going to remember what was happening, because that's just stupid.
I think I start eating some of the food.
Oh yeah, I've been eating this whole time. I've been having a great brunch.
Rumbletak has not noticed the food and is going to sit down with Sybil's book and start to peruse it.
Doctor, you should really eat something before you lose yourself in the book.
Oh,
just a bite or two.
That's a very good point. I'm sorry, I forgot. Just hand something to me, please.
I hand something to him.
Thank you very much for the something.
Enjoy it. Rhea, you too.
I grab an apple and then go and like sit on the bed.
Something with protein, Rhea.
Wow, I haven't been mothered in a long time. That's
I haven't been dead
weird.
that long.
Yeah, I don't really. This is yeah, okay. I will like grab some meat.
Yeah, there's like sandwiches, like little croque monsieurs or madames or whichever ones those little ones are. Probably without like, okay, it's ham, egg, and cheese. I just wanted to.
Dumb though.
That's
like
a croque madame.
sandwiches like that. Then it's a croque madame. Little
It has
like
egg,
egg
it's a madame.
sandwiches, some ham sandwiches, little things like that. So, but it's all very tasty and delicious because Zephyr manifests a good meal. Dash cooks a good meal.
Sorry, Dyer, you need to fix your mic again.
Is this better?
No.
All right, Doctor, you crack open the book, and as you begin to peruse it, it'll take you a while to get the information inside of it. But the first heading is a question. And the question is, what is the collective subconscious of Afterworld? Or it's like, it's along the lines of, is there a collective subconscious of Afterworld? And then quickly written out in little notes are scribblings that you are assuming are Sybil's. That's like, how does time work? How does eating work? How does, people can clearly fight each other. It's different things like that. And if you flip ahead, you'll see that she's got little sections where she talks more about these notes. They're not necessarily in a cohesive pattern. It looks more like stream of consciousness things. So if you want to like sort of skim and see if you can suss out the types of information that she's writing about in here, I can tell you more. But if you want to be specifically reading it from cover to cover, that's going to take a while, and you'll need to dedicate like the rest of the afternoon at minimum to that task.
Well, I guess my question is, we spent the afternoon or the morning fighting. So can we rest again, or do we have to wait before we rest again?
We can at least short rest.
Yeah.
I'd like at least something. I'd like a little bit.
Yeah, I think Raya's trying to get us, like, she's sort of like eating and meditating, but with the intention of trying to get a short rest in.
In that fight that we had, I don't know exactly what happened, but I did spend a great number of spells. It would be helpful for me to wait until tomorrow to do the next memory trial, and then that way I could read this book. Is that all right with everyone?
I'd have much more faith in my ability to wield magic if we had a bit of a longer rest. Also, I just took the pop filter off. Is this making a difference?
It's worse.
Worse?
Yeah.
Does your microphone have like a dial on it?
No.
Okay.
Nar.
Miss Amelite, do you have a preference since the next memory trial will be yours?
No, I've been promising my purse a date for a while, so this might be a good opportunity to do that.
Right.
Don't think about it too much. Enjoy your book.
Thank you.
Hey, did you say a person or your
Purse.
The purse.
The literal purse.
your bag? Big.
Yeah, it's just a fun thing I'm trying.
All right. Rumbletuck's gonna go back to reading. He's just gonna read the whole thing. If we're staying the day here, he's gonna do the whole thing.
I'm gonna do a short rest, and then I want to do something after I do my short rest. So, but if other things are happening, do you just want to let me know when my short rest is over, Rachel?
Sure. Okay, so what are we doing? So Dr. Rumbletack is staying through till tomorrow, hunkering. Sorry. It was a loud calamity noise. Give me 2 seconds to decide what you're all
Dyer, we can figure out your microphone.
Yeah.
Dr. Rumbletack, you're gonna read that whole book, have a long rest. Leica, what did you want to do?
I was trying to get, sorry, my D&D Beyond kicked me out and I had to rejoin it. I would also like to take a long rest. And I think maybe just like
Closer.
It's so bad.
rest.
Just rest?
Just rest.
Okay, are you gonna start palpitations or something? Are you gonna stay in the room with
Oh my god, the book. I was like,
for the afternoon?
Like chest compressions? What?
No. Are you gonna stay at the Broken Tavern with the doctor for the afternoon - evening?
I need to take a long rest. So however that is gonna be easiest.
Well, we have like the night to sleep.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Oh,
So
okay.
like you could do something in the afternoon here if you wanted. We'll get back to you.
Yep,
All right.
I'll tag along with them, but otherwise.
Okay, Amelite, you're gonna have your date with the bag. So we'll do that in a second. Rhea, you wanted to have a short rest and then do something?
Yeah, I just wanted, because I wanted to see if the date with the bag changes anything.
To be fair, I also kind of want to see what the hell a date with a bag entails.
She has a cookie. She has a cookie for her. So I feel like if Amelie shares things that might, if she's having her date while I'm taking my short rest, is my thought.
I think that makes sense.
Amelie, what do you want to do for this date?
I want to go find okay. I'm gonna find like a nice bag cleaning kit, and I'm gonna bring a little bit of food, and then I want to find like a nice little park, and I'm gonna sit the bag. Are we at a table or on the ground? I think we'll be like a picnic. And I want to like sit with the bag in a beautiful afterworld pink park.
Excellent. All right. So you leave the Broken Tavern and yes.
Not to listen in. If she says she's going to a park, I'm gonna be like, I want to go look at nature.
I don't know.
popcorn,
I don't know
but
that Amalek announces. Did you
Oh.
announce, or you're just like,
No.
I'm gonna go take my bag on a date?
Yeah.
Where are you going?
Where I don't know. I'm just gonna go see what's out there.
Would you like company?
No, I have my bag.
Sounds good. We don't have.
I mean, you can like walk behind me, but I just really need some one-on-one time with her.
No worries. I'll pretend to understand what that means eventually. We don't have like we haven't established any like long form communication, right?
No.
Okay, great. So I have my instinct was to tell her to be like, call if you need anything, but now I'm like,
Yeah.
that's not a thing. So be safe. Don't talk to strangers. Don't steal anything.
Those are honestly the two things I was planning on doing. So
I know,
shoot.
that's why I said them.
Okay, bye.
All right, Amalek, you leave the Broken Tavern. You wind up finding a shop nearby. It is one of the few shops that really only wants coin or gems in exchange for goods, because they use it to trade with other people in order to create more things. If you talk to them, they'll explain this to you. But they've got a nice bag cleaning kit. It's kind of a general goods store. They don't necessarily do magical items here, although the shopkeeper is like, if you want something though, I can probably get it manifested for you because I know the best manifestors in the city.
Wow. It's interesting how many people say that. So good to know. What's your name again?
My name is let me get my note page out.
I thought I heard a dice roll and I was like, did you just roll for a name?
Yeah, my name is 12.
Oh, shoot. The modifier though.
My name is. All right, so you went to magic. Oh no, you wouldn't have gone to magic here. You went to We'll Manifest It For You, which is run by Lulu, the half elf.
Lulu the half elf.
Yes.
And I would like to just
half elf.
Quickly retcon and say Amalite tried many times to manifest this herself, but realized she's never purchased or interacted with any cleaning supplies of any kind. And so I was like, you know what? I need to just have someone else manifest it for me. And then she turned the corner and saw this store.
We'll manifest it for you.
Yep. Cool. Okay, Lulu. Thank you.
When you say that everybody says they know the best manifestors, Lulu just goes, oh yeah, well, everybody's wrong. Everyone will tell you that, but you can't trust everyone in this city to know the best manifestors. There are a lot of manifestors in this city, and I'll tell you, some people's quality, they're doing quantity over quality, but we go for quality.
I'm gonna vibe check.
Sure.
Interesting. 6.
He is so on the level about this, man. Like, you knew this city had to be full of liars. Just because everybody's dead doesn't suddenly make everyone honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, no, that's good to know. I like to establish trusting and relatable and resourceful connections, and I think I have found that here with you. So how much for the suede and leather cleaning kit?
Well, this is one of my nicest kits. So it is going to be more pricey. It's going to run you about 7 silver for the whole thing. And that will come with, if you want to come back and get the cloth cleaned or something like that, we'll do one of those complimentary for you.
Wow. The nicest establishment in life or death. So thank you for that.
Thank
Lulu.
you. Thank you.
I don't think I have any money.
Check in your thing. Do you have 7 silver?
Is it in my inventory?
Should be in your inventory, yeah.
Oh, I do.
Hey!
Wow, cool. Okay, I pay you your 7 measly silver.
Thank you. And you'll notice that there's also, like, if you wanted to get a picnic basket and blankets and stuff as well. I don't know what exactly.
I get it. Yeah, I get all of that.
Great. That'll run you like a couple of copper pieces.
Yeah, have it. Whatever.
Great.
I'm rich.
Excellent. And he goes, well, pleasure doing business with you. What'd you say your name was again?
Amalite.
Amalite. Great to meet you, Amalite.
Thank you, Lulu. Lovely to have made your acquaintance as well. Is there a nice, pretty, I'm going on a first date.
Oh, all right. I gotta say, a lot of people do pursue love in Afterworld. I mean, what do you have to lose, right? We're all here forever. Unless you're going to New Life. I'm sorry, I don't know your business. I pursued New Life for a while. Let's see. All right. If you do you have that map? That map they give you in the Welcome Center?
Sure do.
All right, he takes out the map and he expands it over to this beautiful little park that's sort of in, it's a little bit ways away from you. It's more in like the downtown area. And he explains to you that this is where the nicer apartment buildings, he goes, that's what they're called. I don't know if they have them when you're from, but people live on top of each other. It's like an inn, except like for a lot of people to live together. But this is the nicer area. So this is one of the nicer park areas within the city. They try to make it cute.
All right. That's good to know. Thank you, Lulu.
You're welcome.
I will just go be on my way now.
Now, before you go,
Oh no.
did you maybe want to get a new set of clothes or something along those lines?
I appreciate it.
You know,
I
it's
love
a
the
first
hustle.
date.
Lulu, I've been there.
You're a beautiful tabaxi, but it's,
Thank
you know.
you. No, it's, she's seen me at my worst already, so we're good.
Okay.
But I
Not that you
I
look
admire
like you're at the
you.
worst, but I'm just saying. Ooh, maybe a gift for the lady?
No,
Got
I
some
got
lovely hair combs.
it. It
Maybe she
wouldn't
doesn't have
help.
hair bracelets.
Also not gonna help. What I got is great, and I appreciate it. And I just am slowly like backing out.
Okay.
Okay, well, hey, you stay good there. Okay, bye. Ugh,
You
I
stay
know.
good there. Oh my god.
Doesn't have hair or wrists and is a bag.
Yep.
All right. So you make your way over to the park. So this whole interaction before you get to the park is basically the length of a short rest. So it's
Cool.
about an hour until you get everything together and are there.
Okay. Then I lay out the picnic and I take the bag off and I set her down gently on the lovely blankie.
Mhm.
And then I join her and I start spraying her with a suede cleaner.
Okay.
Hello. Good morning. Hi.
Good morning.
Well, I don't know. Were you asleep? You were being really quiet.
Well, you seem to have very important things that you were doing. So,
Well, I was trying to, get this date set up for us.
it's really quite lovely. It's the nicest thing possibly anyone's ever done for me. So,
Hey, you sound like you've had a really hard life, and I can't promise that being with me is gonna make it easy, but I think I'll try and make it better.
well, it's just really, it's nice to finally be wanted, you know?
Oh yeah. I mean, you are a good looking, stylish, functional bag. And I mean, some people wait a whole life for something like that.
I am functional.
Highly functional. You've got pockets to dimensions. I'd
My
like to see a
creator
bag do
did
that.
Bags of holding do that.
But they're so boring. You add spice.
I
Do you eat?
Well, sometimes.
Do you want some cheese? Or do you have a different food you like?
Well, I've
Some-
never really, I mean, I've only eaten the food that was shoved into me without my consent. So I ate it out of spite.
Who would do that? That would leave crumbs.
Imagine
What?
going on a date with a guy who's like, Do you want some cheese, or is there any other food you like?
Honestly, I'd marry that man. I don't know what we're talking about. That would be fantastic.
Yes,
do you want
please,
some cheese?
cheese.
Yeah, I do want
Yes.
cheese.
Yes,
Always.
thank you.
And
Or
any other food that I
Any
like.
other food that you like?
Yeah, I'll take that. Thank you.
I think I'm also trying to like gently, not scrub, but just like rub. She got a little singed probably.
She did. Yeah,
Yeah.
And she's like, I mean, I'll try whatever you've brought for
Great.
us on our date.
Well, I prepare a lovely little slice of baguette and cheese and perhaps some fresh honey. No, bad idea. No honey, never mind.
In the bag?
No, I'm not going to put honey in a bag. Just baguette and brie and a slice of salami.
All right. And you put that inside the bag and close her up. And she goes, I imagine this is lovely. I can't taste anything because I am a bag, but it's really more the gesture that I appreciate.
Good.
Also,
Well,
thank you for cleaning me, but really get into the seams because that's where all of the dirt winds up.
That's good to know. I genuinely didn't know that. I've never really cleaned a bag before, so I appreciate the feedback. Also,
I've got a lot of feedback if you want to hear it.
maybe in doses. How much do you take in?
On a first
Like,
date?
sorry, not. I know you're infinite.
This
When
is
you
like
were
very quickly becoming our midnight show. Like it's like going in that direction real fast.
do you
What?
How
like
much do you take?
when I'm wearing you, do you like hear and see things that are happening?
Oh, you mean how aware am I? Not how
Yeah.
much space do I have inside of me?
Because that's infinite, and I could fill you right up, but no.
I
No.
mean, I'm a sentient bag, so I take in everything, really.
Okay, we'll cross that bridge later. This right now, this is about you and me. What's your name?
I've told you already, I don't have a name. I was never
What do
given
you
one.
want your name to be?
I don't know. There are so many names. What do I look like to you?
That's a great question. We haven't drawn you yet, so I don't know. You know, you remind me of this character in this play that I used to love named Moira. So a part of me wants to say Moira, but a part of me also knows that that might be too on the nose.
Well, I don't really have a nose, so I suppose I kind of do. My buckle could be a nose, but I like to think of it as more of my lips, but no one's really said what it looks like, so.
Your buckle looks like a buckle. So don't worry about it. You don't need a nose. Noses are gross.
You have a nose.
Yeah, but I mean,
Other sentient things have a nose.
not all of
Swords,
them.
sentient swords don't have noses. How useless are they?
They're very useless.
Yes, thank you. They are very useless.
Yes, okay. I
Sentient
like that.
swords are stupid.
They're
Everyone
so stupid.
goes on and on. Oh, a sentient sword. Oh, it can speak to me. How exciting. It's sword. They can't hold anything.
No, and if anything, I would want to put a sentient sword
Don't
in you.
say it. Don't say
it. I mean, you're more functional. Anything can be a sword. Not anything can be a bag. You could kill something the way a sword could. A sword couldn't carry something the way you can.
Right. But a sword would be like, oh, I carry the entire team on my back. Gross.
Dumb.
I hate
Dumb. If we ever meet a sentient sword, I promise I'll let you strangle it with your strap.
You are the best owner I've ever had.
I'm not your owner, I'm your friend. We're in this together.
Can I have another piece of the bread and cheese?
Always.
Thank you.
So how do you feel about Moira? You hate it. No, that's fine. We'll keep workshopping it. We'll find a better name.
No.
Maybe we can get some strangers to vote on it.
All right, yes, let's ask them in the park right now. You can see them. I can really only more hear things. I can't see things.
No, we're gonna ask some people on the internet, but you don't need to worry about that.
Oh, right. The other denizens of Afterworld, if you will.
Yeah.
Well,
After World Wide Web.
AWWW.
This is a delicious meal. What else do you want to talk about? You could compliment me some more.
I think you're a very pretty color.
Thank you.
And sorry, technical question.
Yeah.
What do we remember from when we walked in?
Nothing.
Okay, so I don't even know that she has the catmint.
Mm-mm.
Oh no.
Okay. Okay. I guess I'm nervous about, like putting something like using you as a bag now that I know you as a person. I haven't done that yet. Like I feel like the first thing I put in you's gotta be like special.
What?
Well, I haven't ever, I put my fist, I punched through you that one time.
Well, you did try and put some of that catmint inside of me. I've got the catmint. Do you want the catmint? Is that what
Where
you're
did I
asking?
get catmint?
In the library.
Well, yeah, I'd like some, but when did that happen?
We walked into the library and you had 2 handfuls, and the first handful I very spitefully destroyed, and the second handful I kept for you. Excuse me, I can tell from your entire vibe that you seem to be under the impression that I cannot hold a grudge for your having a wife, but I am perfectly capable and reasonable
No.
in having that grudge.
Babe, I shouldn't have pretended to have a wife for so many reasons. But I don't remember that happening. We walked in the library and we started fighting like immediately. What are you talking about?
No, we didn't fight at all in the library, you and I don't. No, we did fight a little bit because I did destroy the catmint. But you don't remember anything?
I remember fighting against like a wizard and some minions. What is it that you remember?
Well, I remember we went into the library and everyone was talking about things that I found incredibly boring. And then you sat down on the floor for quite a while and didn't speak to me. But you didn't do anything else.
I know that what we were talking about was
You did ask me though to share something with you on our date. So I'll share it with you once we reach the dessert. There's still food. You haven't eaten it all.
Okay. I look and all I see is bread and cheese. And I just put the bread on the cheese. I don't put the cheese on the bread. I put the bread on the cheese. And I
Great.
start eating. Do you want any more?
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
This is no too much. This is too much.
Okay. And then I grab a bunch of grapes and I throw it over my shoulder.
Wait,
That's for the birds.
you know when cats eat really fast and they turn around and immediately vomit? Is that what's about to happen?
I'll roll.
Part of me wants to be like, roll a Constitution saving throw.
Well, if you brought someone to the park with you, you would have got a +4 on that.
6.
6? Yeah, you immediately throw up.
Oh, I'm sorry you had to see that. I just got
Awful
so
cat.
excited for dessert.
Well, I mean, you just threw up, so I think we should save it for our next date. I'm only looking out for you, darling.
This girl's as manipulative as I am.
Instantly turned on.
Yeah, pretty much. There's, you know what? This was supposed to be a date about you and about me, and that's what I've promised you, and that's what this will be. And so if you need to wait until the next one, that's fine. At the very least, you've confirmed that something is off.
Something is off with what?
Librarian. You know, I thought that I flew on her back and it was so intimate. And I just remember feeling so free and like alive with her. It was a very special moment that I want to be able to cherish.
That's what you want to be able to cherish? Things about the librarian?
Yeah. You know, something about her, it just worked for me. And I think
This could backfire so bad. I'm so nervous.
I think I'm glad I can, hold on to that feeling.
How lovely for you to have found a connection with someone else yet again. What a lovely date about you and I and the librarian. I'm so enjoying it.
Well, I mean, if you know differently, I'm all ears.
Only you can tell what's in your heart. I can't hold that in my bag, can I?
I guess not.
This was a lovely day and you've ruined it. I don't want to be called Moira.
You don't what?
I don't want to be called Moira.
How is the bag looking away like that?
Flopping
I
over.
don't know, but it is. It's closed itself up.
Don't question it.
I guess I just keep cleaning the seams.
Okay. She makes a lot of like I never. As you finish up, and she doesn't say anything else.
Oh, I don't think I can handle this. There's so much innuendo all the time.
Like it's the first date and you need her to give you her cookie. Like what the fuck?
Well, and then also you
I
were
don't
like,
know.
it's fine if we wait, but also you clearly weren't fine about it. That was
Yeah,
really
like-
shitty of you.
I'll have your cookie another time. Don't worry about it.
Take your time. You take your time, but also I'm gonna be super cold now.
This
Whatever.
date was supposed to be about you and me. I was almost like, it's not any longer about you and I. I just want you to know, Megan, that the DC had gone down to 14 to using her as a regular bag of holding, but it is back up to 16.
Oh, okay.
Makes sense.
Yeah. It was a good
You know,
manipulation.
the longer I play Amalite, the more I'm like, yeah, I think she's asexual.
Fine.
For the record, I wasn't trying to pressure her into giving me the cookie. I was trying to focus on building a relationship with her.
All right, so now you're making it about you and your stuff. Fine.
The bag does feel a little bit gaslit, but it's fine. All right.
Well, so does Amalite.
That's
She's
fair.
dangling.
That's
We
fair.
also have been pretty literally gaslit.
Accurate.
We'll never
All right, I have to use the bathroom, and then Rhea, do you want to do your thing next?
Sure.
Great. Amalite, this whole date will have lasted till about sunset. Okay.
Oh, hi. Didn't see you there. It's me, the darkness. Your afterworld deity. I just want to thank you for watching. It really means a lot that you signed in to support our new reality TV show. Now, if you could like, subscribe, and follow us on all of our socials, links below, we would greatly appreciate it. That way you will stay up to date on all the shenanigans of our 4 heroes. Oh, and don't worry. Episodes may be releasing every other week, but in our off weeks, we'll have more content for you. We're going to have some bonus actions where you'll get to know the cast and crew, they're the same people, and see some of their artwork. Now, is it weird that they've made fan art of their own show? Maybe. Are they a bunch of narcissists? We'll find out together. The important thing is that you support Afterworld just like we all support Afterworld. It is a beautiful, magical place that we're all trying to escape from. Help us escape by also subscribing to our Buy Me a Coffee page. Yes, we all run on that bitter, bitter dark liquid. And we would appreciate any help in making sure Afterworld keeps its lights on. I'm the darkness, and this has been a message for you. Remember, you're champions, you're scholars, and you have great boobs. See you in Afterworld.
It's a Rhea and like an adventure. Everybody's going on dates.
Oh my god, are we going on,
Real bad.
Sorry, y'all.
are we going on a date?
Yeah.
Leticia be like, what?
I mean, I guess the DM said it, therefore it is.
Yeah. I'm in control, so you know.
Yeah.
All right. Rhea, my dear.
Yeah, so I
Short
do
rest, and then
yes, after my short rest, I just want to ask around about the librarian. Like, I want to go. Do I have any money? I should check this first.
Do you want company?
Oh, I do have money. Yes. I mean, up to you, I guess. I'm just gonna be asking around, so I don't.
Most of the time people like me. I'm quite persuasive.
Okay. Just
That doesn't seem like something Leica would ever say about herself. So that sounded like something Dyer would say about Leica. But I
yeah, I mean, if you want to tag along, I kind of want to try and not draw a lot of attention to us, probably though. So we got to be.
I'll be really subtle.
Subtle about it, and not.
Yeah, I'll be subtle.
Pick any fights or anything.
That's not. I don't pick fights.
Well, you have a habit of picking fights is the wrong word. Sometimes when you don't agree with people, you unintentionally get a little bit aggressive, and it can lead to situation's getting a little bit out of hand. And that's fine if it happens. Like, I think we can take someone. I just, you know, yeah. But yeah, you should, come with me. Just, we gotta be.
I'll be so.
Yeah, cool.
All right, so you guys head downstairs into the eating common area of the Broken Tavern. Are you looking to go to places that are not the Broken Tavern, or are you looking to talk to people down here? There's still
I want to
people
start
around
here.
the lunch rush. Okay.
Yeah. I guess. How's my insight? It's not bad. I guess I'll do.
Dyer, I can't hear you.
Short rest is 1 hour?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I guess I'll do like a vibe check to see if there's someone who like looks comfortable, so probably like has been here a while and might know things, and also looks maybe open to some company.
Yeah.
I rolled also.
Okay.
I got a 26.
Great.
Nice.
So you're both looking for Tyrion Lannister. We'll see if he's in the bar.
Yes. Someone who drinks and knows things, because I will buy him a drink.
Yep.
Well, I got a 10, so good thing I brought Leica.
All right, Leica, you are looking around and you see people. There's various people who are in groups. And then there is some like kind of weird, craggy looking old man who is in like very peasanty looking overalls. And there is a woman who is very comfortably like in a booth by herself, feet propped up on a chair. She looks like she's well established.
Is she dressed in like merchant or like?
She is dressed. She's dressed like a merchant. She seems like it's hard to tell what she does, but she seems to be someone who is well off or who is comfortably living in Afterworld, however she's living. Someone comes over, talks to her, moves along. So you can tell that she seems to be someone who is well known, but there's also like a group of 2 people in the corner that keep introducing themselves and talking to other people and having conversations with the people who are there, look very jovial and friendly. It's two men are over in that corner who are talking to a bunch of people.
I point out each of those things to Rhea. Any of them look like something you might want to have a chat with?
I guess let's try her, the merchant looking person. So I'll go up to the bar, and I will order one of whatever she's having. And yeah, what do you want?
Sam?
Zephyr gives you 2 mixed drinks.
Okay.
And we're looking to make some friends while we're around.
What, love? I'm sorry. Love, you're gonna have to speak up if you want me to hear you.
Sorry. Sorry, Zephyr. Is this better?
Yes.
Okay. We were just wondering, we don't want to know a little bit more about like the community and stuff involved. That woman in the corner with her feet up, she seems kind of really cool.
Ah, yes, she is very cool. That is Lenice, Lynise.
So she's cool?
Netacloven.
What? Sorry, that was Dyer, not.
No,
like,
I know.
Dyer didn't hear that at all.
Lenice Netacloven.
Netacloven. Okay. Cool. Do you know her well? Do you think she'd be friendly to a couple of new folk like us?
Oh, I think she probably would be. Lenice, she runs the train that goes from here to Recordstown.
Well, that is incredibly useful. We're going to have to take that eventually. Huh. Well,
yes, I'm very lucky that she comes and frequents the Broken Tavern.
She's got really great energy.
Well, when you've been here as long as Lenice has, she tends to know quite a few people in the city. Makes it a point.
Seems like
So
a good person to know.
she definitely would be friendly enough to talk to you.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, well, then how about it, Rhea? Should we go introduce ourselves?
Yeah, that's why I was buying her a drink. Yeah, no, great. No, good idea. I'll just Zephyr, I'll just take
Don't worry about it.
Can I just get like a juice or something?
For yourself,
For
sure.
you?
Yes.
Oh, I thought we were just imitating her. I didn't realize you were.
So she gives you 2 cocktails and an orange juice.
Great. So we head over towards her.
Okay.
Mind if we join you? And I'll hold a cocktail out towards her.
Sure, I don't mind at all. Please sit down. And as you approach, you realize she is an Eladrin. And she is currently in an autumn.
Cool. I slip her I hand the cocktail over to her.
Okay.
We asked at the bar if I'm having one too. What is it, by the way? I just loved the look of it across the room.
It is. Hold on one second. I have to bring up my list of cocktails.
When your DM actually does that homework instead of just making it up on the
I know,
spot,
right?
because she's amazing.
That's
Yay!
That you have
Oh,
that.
wow, thanks, guys.
I would have just Googled fantasy cocktail.
I put it in catch-all. That's where I put it. Here we go. Drinks and drugs.
Yes.
Whoa.
Hello.
Whoa.
Can we have those at the launch party?
Hello.
I would like to play Nim so I can find out more about those, please.
Also, Drinks and Drugs feels like a really bad mixtape title.
Yes.
I know. She holds up the drink and she goes, well, as you can see, this is a white drink. It is called the White Whale. And it helps you to recall the most pressing quest that you would like to be on. Like the thing that fills you with vengeance. Here, we shall drink together and you shall see.
Okay.
She clinks the glass with yours and takes a deep swig. It looks like a White Russian.
Delicious.
What do you feel? What is your quest that it brings to mind? So, Leica, you take a drink, it burns down your throat, and immediately you think of what is something that Leica wants to figure out, wants to find out. What is the most pressing thing for her right now?
Right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's a mix of things I'm getting. First off, I love the flavor. Kind of
it's a good drink.
Warm, but there's a nice note of in there. Really making me think about how I don't think I'm supposed to be here. I'm sorry, I haven't even introduced myself and I'm already thinking too much. My name's Leica Sledge Runner. This is my friend Rhea.
Nice to meet you, Leica. I'm Liness Nettlecoven.
Really lovely to meet you. We saw you across the room and you seem like someone cool to know here.
Thank you very much. So you don't think that you should be here?
No. Rachel, with that accent, I can already feel it. No, we're just we're pretty fresh arrivals, my friends and I.
Yes, I was going to say I've not seen you before.
You can tell probably. We're probably I'm but we're probably very.
You are so nervous. Take another sip. She
Look,
clinks
oh.
his glass again.
We could hear that super well, by the way.
That was the best you've sounded all night. All right.
Oh man.
Easily.
Okay, I'll take another sip and say, well, I mean, we feel like we just sort of left a lot of things unfinished back on Param. So
The unfinished business, yes.
yeah, exactly. You know, I said that earlier and was like, that seems like a good overarching theme of sort of what we're going through right now. But Rhea has it worse. We actually knew each other on Param when we were alive for a little bit.
Yes, you were friends.
Is that normal? Do you know when people come into Afterworld for the first time, are they often with people they knew?
Rhea, you get a vibe check that Lenice is very interested in everything Leica has to say. Just with your passive perception.
Okay.
Well, I don't know if everyone comes in with their friends. Generally, it is people who they sort of died with. You wind up in the waiting room with them. I have heard that sometimes Param or the Darkness will put people together in the waiting room to entwine their fates. People like to say that. But the people who say that generally are looking for a creative outlet in their afterlife and you believe in romantical notions that aren't practical to everyone. So, like
They only
the
mean to
great
find their fates as far as like romance, not like
no
epic
romance
quests or
or
stories.
adventures or prophecies or stories. Entwined fates, like you can't get away from each other because you are not supposed to.
Huh.
Oh.
There is a great opera that is in town currently that is about this very thing. It is in Primordial, so if you don't know Primordial, you probably won't get the show.
Did they not do yep. About to ask something that Leica would have no idea about. Never mind.
Okay.
Do they not do translators? It's like, Leica, you've never been to a fucking opera. Shut up. Like, you don't know. You don't know how operas work.
Yes.
Well, I've never seen an opera before. That sounds interesting.
Well, you should go before you move on to your it sounds like you're trying to get new life. Yes? You should try to see before you move on to Recordstown.
Yeah, we were thinking about, like looking around a bit here. There are a couple of us in the group and we haven't done all of our memory trials yet. So we, thought we'd kill some time between them. We were thinking about going to that library, actually. We have a friend with us who's really into books. Do you know anything about it?
Well, you can take books out of the library. It has books. It will publish anything. That's why it's so big, because it's got everything in it. And it is hard to get a book because if the librarian doesn't like you, she won't give you shit.
That's what we were talking to some people and we heard that the librarian can be a bit of a stickler, I guess.
Deception check for me.
Oh fuck, we're live. Oh no. Okay, wow.
I'm not great at deception. I don't know why Ray is trying it. Okay. Gonna warm the dice up. It's gonna be fine. We're gonna get a natural 20 and all's gonna be good in the world. It bounced off my glass, which I feel like is interference, but it's a total of 7.
Okay. Yes, you talk to other people about the librarian.
Does my passive vibe check tell me that she doesn't believe me?
Leica's also having a moment because Leica didn't know we were gonna go in lying about having met the librarian. So Leica's like,
That I'm gonna have let you as a player judge whether or not you think that she knows based on our interactions. Don't metagame. So you've been asking around about the librarian specifically.
All right, well, maybe we just started asking around about the librarian.
Okay.
I don't know.
Have you been to the library? Is this why you want to know? Did she tell you something mean about yourself?
She was actually quite nice.
She was nice to you.
Have you met her?
I have met Sybil, yes.
What do you think of her?
She is a big bird. She is a big bird, and you should avoid the library unless you want to talk to someone who sounds like they are a dying rat.
Or to read a book. They've got those.
There are bookstores. If you really want a book, you can go get a book. The library is not the only place to get a book.
Do you have a favorite bookstore?
Yeah. Generally, I go to the general stores because they do have the most popular books in their repertoire.
So the general store has more
well,
popular books.
So I'll go to say like a Will Manifest It For You. Decent enough place. Lulu kind of has a big head. Don't tell him I said that. I do supply a lot of his goods. Let's see here. Oh, there is the Nook. They sell books specifically.
At the Nook?
Yes, and there is also the Rumpled Madam. And the Rumpled Madam is a two-sided establishment, so.
Is the madam on the other side like very well pressed?
She's very well pressed constantly, yes.
Oh no, that's not. I didn't mean to make it. I didn't understand. I apologize. That's not
I just sort of
appropriate.
Just really put a hand on like a shoulder.
Not appropriate conversation for. My apologies.
She's a little shy.
I'm not shy. I just know what is, appropriate to speak about in public. Rhea, do you want to try this drink? I gotta like push. I'm gonna push it at her.
No. She keeps drinking her drink.
It's actually, the flavor is really nice on top of the whole memory thing it does, which is a kind of cool experience.
I am intrigued about the memory thing. Sure, I'll take a sip.
Cheers.
Cheers.
All right, so you feel it burn nice all the way down, and the thing that Rhea wants to find out the most is brought to the forefront of her mind. And the niece says, "What does it bring for you?"
I want to know more about the library.
That's what it oh, you don't have to talk you don't have to talk too much. It's fine. Only say what you're comfortable saying, Rhea.
Thanks.
We've all got different, pasts and stuff, and we don't know you too well, miss. And then this is Dyer's fault, not Liga's fault. Nettle
Coven. Nettekoven. It's Nettekoven, yeah.
Not anything against you, Miss Nettekoven, but we really only have just met, and we don't really know much about how things work in Afterworld. So about, telling each other's past that we don't even each actually know.
So there is some deception between the two of you as well. How interesting for you. Maybe you are not such good friends with intertwined fate, are ya? I don't know what I said.
The end of that.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
You got it. Would you like to change your fate? Would you?
Would you?
Well, I don't think that we think that we are. It just seemed like it might be that way. But also, no, I mean, there's lots we don't know about each other because we really didn't have that much time together before she died and then I died.
Oh. So were you friends separated by death, or maybe you are lovers separated by death?
Friends.
Definitely friends. Well, out of the two, more friends. But I don't know. It would have, everything would have been different if you'd lived, and then I would have died. So who's to say?
She gestures to Zephyr and she's like,
Not about wait, oh fuck,
Zephyr,
hang on.
we're going to need another round of drinks over here.
No, wait,
Please?
no, I wasn't trying to imply there was anything between us romantically. That's not what I was trying to say. I was just trying to say maybe we could have. I was trying to say that I don't.
Can you bring us 2 red letters for the ladies? Thank you very much.
feel like
I don't. Sorry, I don't need one.
No, you need one. This is a conversation I think you might need something.
No, I just
than juice for. This is an interesting time, I have to say.
Ray, I've
and
always
she
considered
bridges
Ray
her fingers and is just staring at the two of you.
like Ray, you're my friend, but I don't know if I'm your friend. That's what I was trying to say.
My
Of course.
goodness.
You're my friend. Why do you think I try to keep you from dying so much?
Because everyone would try to keep everyone from dying.
Oh, my goodness. We are
You
very
have-
lucky there is not an author at this table. The 2 drinks come in front of you and it's red letters and they look like cranberry vodka drinks. She goes, please, we all cheers to this.
I think I need to be clear what we're cheersing to.
Honesty
drink it.
between friends.
I pretend to take a sip.
I'm gonna need you
drink
to roll a deception check.
Really?
Yeah, Leica, you drink it.
I drink it. Yeah.
All right.
Oh wait, no,
need
fuck.
you-
Is it fucking magic?
I need you to roll a charisma saving throw.
No.
Add your +4.
Oh, I rolled a fucking 3. So my total is 7. Oh, +4.
11.
Thank you.
I got a 14 deception.
Leica, you are really feeling like like hard eyes,
Just like
more like a charmed effect,
yeah.
like a love potion charmed effect.
I'm gonna play
for
this. I'm swooning at everything.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Wow, great.
I
Fun.
honestly don't know what she's babbling about. But yes. No, yeah, I'm very curious about the library. Is there anything else you can tell us about it? She just kind of like keeps looking at Leica, like
The library is stupid and useless, and if you go back, then it's your own problem, I guess. I don't know. I don't like the library. I don't like the librarian. She doesn't go anywhere, and I don't have much use for people who don't use my train for anything, and who get upset when you try to mass produce books for everybody.
You like your train?
I love my train.
Wow,
It is an excellent train.
that's amazing.
It runs, believe it or not. Can you keep a secret? It runs on the general consciousness of everyone in Afterworld.
That's amazing. I don't know what that means.
I had a feeling you never would.
No, I definitely won't.
That's okay. You are very cute. You should have a sip of the white whale again.
This is gonna be sad. This
Yes,
is like an
mix those
awful.
drinks.
Have the white whale again.
Okay, I'll take a sip of that and then be like,
When you have a sip of it, when you have a sip of it, it sort of snaps you out of the lovey-dovey thing and gets you back into like thinking about what your most pressing adventure moment is. And she takes the red letter away from you and she goes, this was maybe mean of me to give you both the red letter, so perhaps you don't really need it.
Well, I think we've taken up enough of your time. Thank you for the drinks and the pranks.
Sorry again. Nice to meet you, Laika. And what was your name?
Rhea.
Rhea, who wants to know about the librarian. She is dumb and stupid, and the library is too. So good luck on that one.
If we were to look somewhere else, or just like, someone who could tell us how Afterworld really works, what do you recommend?
Oh, how Afterward really works. I could tell you that. Okay. Here's how Afterworld really works. We are all dead, yes?
Yes.
Yes. So you pretty much have to decide if you buy into the whole thing of going through new life to get back to Param, or you do the smart choice and pursue all of your dreams and amass great power here in Afterworld, since there really are no rules. I don't know if you've noticed, but the economy is kind of effed. And there isn't really one. So you can have whatever you want if you're strong enough.
But what if there were things back home that needed being done?
What do you need to do that you cannot do in Afterworld?
Oh.
No, this is a question I'm asking you.
Oh.
Maybe I can help you figure out how to do it here, or if you should really go.
Well, I think there's less of like a checklist that I have and more of just a feeling that I'm not finished, that I've got. It's not necessarily something that I have to do, but it's the feeling that I'm needed somewhere.
That you are needed by people who are alive.
No, more that there's a time and a place where I'm supposed to be somewhere.
That is a hard thing to be holding on to.
But I think they're supposed to be there with me. I don't know.
You should take my train to Recordstown, figure out how long maybe you've been dead. That could help you with this. If you think you are supposed to be at a special when or where, you might have already missed it.
But
you should maybe drink more of the white drink, not any more of the red one, if you need to help process that information for yourself.
That's probably a good idea. And then I think
good idea.
Should have a long rest and then really think about what I, Laika, want.
Yeah, I'm gonna take her back to the room. Thank you for your help and the chat. I'm sure we will see you again once we're ready to start the leg to Recordstown. So
yes, don't get those nightmare horses. They are dumb.
I don't know. Sounds pretty cool to me.
Only take the train.
We'll see.
You know who? I'll tell you. You know who rides by nightmare?
You're gonna say Sybil.
No, Sybil doesn't leave the
Okay.
stupid city. Why would she get a nightmare horse? She barely.
I just thought this was one of those, like, I think Sybil's stupid, so who would ride a nightmare? Sybil would.
Right.
No, Sybil is her own nightmare. The gangs of the Waste ride their nightmares.
Oh, remember the book that Sybil gave me with that I had to give away with the man on the nightmare on the cover with the hat.
Yes. Yes, the rovers of the wastes.
Oh, sounds exciting.
If you can call it exciting.
Well, have a good rest of your whatever period of time it is, I suppose.
I will, thank you. And if you have any other questions, you can find me either here or at my office at the station.
Train station?
Yes, I run the train, so
Yes.
it is at the train station.
Yes, great.
Thank you so much. I apologize for
No, that is some of it is my fault. I thought it might be interesting and help you both loosen up to discuss your relationship, to drink the red letters, but it really was a bad call on my part. I apologize for that.
All right, and I get up and sort of like pull Leica with me.
Goodbye.
As we're walking back, I want to be like, I kind of want to write a nightmare though.
Yeah, because it sounds cool.
Sounds really cool.
Anyways, we'll talk about it. I don't know if Jerry will survive amongst the gang, so we might need to take the train. Look, I think you should go get some rest. I'm gonna go check out one other place and I'll be back, okay?
All right. Sorry.
You're fine.
I don't think I just
Or do we need to talk? I'm fine, but
I feel like you probably got less information than you wanted.
no, she seemed much more interested in you than me, so I have a feeling you helped her be a little bit more chatty.
Well, I wouldn't know about that. Anyway, good night.
Night.
All right, Rhea, where are you going? And then this is where we're gonna end for the evening.
Well, I want to go to the Good Inn. I don't need to roleplay it, but I just like a 3.5 gather information is what I'm like equivalent is what I'm going for.
Yeah, you're trying to ask around about the librarian, right?
Yeah. Okay. And I'll buy people drinks and
so people's general opinion is either that they like the library, they don't like the library because it's literally got any book ever written in life and in Afterworld inside of it.
Because there's factions here.
And everybody pretty much agrees that Sybil is creepy AF and difficult to deal with. And so nobody really deals with her. You give me a D20 for investigation.
$14.
Okay. Nobody really likes Sybil. And if you press for why, it is just because she is not likable. She does not make herself liked by people. Okay. Basically, the idea of the library is like, if you really love books, you'll get them from the library. But if you don't really love books, you'll get them somewhere else because she makes it really hard to get books.
All right.
And are you inquiring if people attack the library ever? Or are you just trying to get vibes of?
No, I will. I'm mostly trying to get vibes, but I do think I'll try and like be like, oh yeah, that attack. I heard there was an attack on the library today.
People are like, oh, really? Wow, I hadn't heard about that. That's crazy. Do you know what happened?
Just like some group of people apparently just broke in and started attacking, slinging spells and
when you start to talk about that, people are like, oh, that's not good. And a murmur starts to rise up through the inn about like, oh, have the rovers started to come into the cities? They're not supposed to do that. We're supposed to be protected in the cities. And that just sort of ripples out into the rest of the...
Yes. Causing dissent on accident. It's gonna be great. Sure, it won't bite us in the butt. Cool. I guess there would be no real way. I do. Okay, no, I also want to ask around about if anyone knows of any way to recover lost memories.
They will tell you that your best bet is to go to the Mountain of Enlightenment or visit Param's Paradise, because that sounds to them like a divine thing.
Interesting. Okay. Okay.
That they, they don't really. Nobody really knows about that.
There are no spellcasters who do stuff with that.
Hold on. I gotta double check modify memory.
All good.
And see if it has because I think it has a.
I think it's like a remove curse.
I think it is, but I need to check.
Okay, cool. No worries. You can get back to me later.
Yes, it is. It's a remove curse or a greater restoration, which I'm pretty sure are only divine spellcastery things.
Yeah.
And I don't have greater restoration.
Yeah.
Someday.
Yeah. So
I'm working on it.
So, but they said, sorry, what were the two places they said? The
Mountain of Enlightenment and
That's
Param's Paradise
okay.
is where people think you'd be most likely to find somebody, because they're like, that's where all the holy people go.
Okay. Okay. I'll go back and get my long rest in, unless Amalite's not back yet. Well, I'll stay awake until Amalite makes it back, and then
I'm definitely back. I think I
no,
almost got back before Leica.
Possibly, yeah.
Cool. Okay.
All right. Doctor, the Notebook.
Have you seen the movie? What do you think of the movie? Also, you're muted.
Shit, sorry. I think as he opens up the notebook, he is going to open up his notes to take notes. I don't think he's actively looking to see if he wrote notes earlier today, because he doesn't think he did. But I guess I'll leave it to you whether or not I see that there are notes from earlier today.
Well, is he the kind of person who reads over his old notes before moving on to his new notes, or is he going to take time later on to go back over everything?
Oh my god, is that a type of person?
I don't think it is, but
holy shit.
I think he's so kind of like enwrapped in like the mystery of like what has happened that he's not really clocking his earlier notes. He's just
then you're starting new entry. You've opened up her notebook and your notebook. All right, so
I'm sorry, I have a quick question.
Excuse me. Mm-hmm.
Would you at least notice that you tore a page out, or do you think you tore a page out from the back?
I think it was from a different notebook, actually.
Not your notebook.
Sorry.
No, that's totally fine.
Okay. Doc.
Was just curious. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, so in reading through this notebook, you discover that Sybil has got quite a few theories about Afterworld. The first of them being that time is run by the general subconscious of everybody in Afterworld. So since when everyone was alive, a day had 24 hours, an hour was a certain set of time. The afterlife also runs by those rules because it's sort of affected by the general ideas that everybody has. So people still eat, people still sleep, people still have times of day, but they're all a little bit wonky because everybody also knows they're dead. So that's why it doesn't quite work as it does in life, because it's the general subconscious working with the caveat of, should these rules even apply anymore though? And she does talk about how she no longer needs to eat food. She only eats it if she feels like it. But food doesn't sustain your spirit. Food doesn't help you recover anything. The rests, you still need to rest if you use energy or magical energy or things like that. She's not quite sure why. She has a feeling that it is due to the general subconscious, and that not enough people believe in the idea that you don't need to do that. And so that's just like not a thing that's probably ever going to happen. What else? Her notes on like damage and things like that. She believes that if you are hit by someone else's energy, it like peels away pieces of your soul, and you have to recover that energy also. Like that's why long rests and stuff are important as well. And that if you take enough damage, you go back to the welcome center because your soul is destroyed and it has to reconfigure itself. And then she also has other notes in there about the soul and about the power of the soul in Afterworld, because she's like, what is manifesting? How does one even do manifesting? Why is it a thing here? And manifesting draws on the idea of the subconscious and also the soul, and sort of utilizing the two together to create whatever you want in this afterworld that is just pretty much like a blank slate for everybody. That's only seems to only be limited to what you can make happen and the confines of your own mind. And then she has written down, can this be applied to Param? Can the power of the soul as a sort of renewable energy source be applied to Param for Melancholy and Euphoria's directive?
So now that I have read this, is it possible for me to make like a history or a religion check to see if I know who Melancholy and Euphoria are? Or would I have no idea?
You would have no idea.
Okay.
Because Melancholy didn't tell you much about herself besides that she was your patroness for this project.
Okay. Any other notes about, like, do I get any hints about, because part of why I wanted to read this now was like trying to get a sense of who Sybil is and like what her motivations are, given the fact that we're all kind of like, this person is sus. So do I like glean anything from the notebook by doing that?
Give me a vibe check for the notebook.
Cool. I suck at those. Here we go.
Okay, then give me an investigation check for the
Wait,
notebook.
it was good though.
Okay.
Unless you want to give me investigation.
No, you want to do it. You want to do insight. You got excited about insight.
Oh, I got excited about the roll, not about it. So with my roll and insight, it's a dirty 20 altogether.
Okay. From the notebook, you get the sense that she is sold out for Param. Like she is in it. Param is her jam. Everything about Afterworld is in relation to like trying to tie it back to how can this be used for Param, for the good of Param also. You get the sense that she doesn't trust Afterworld in general, like thinks it's sus, thinks that the only useful part of it is to figure out whatever this subconscious thing is that's going on. You don't get anything about the darkness, about her feelings on the darkness, but you do get an overwhelming sense of like, Param is the best, Param is the only way. Everything we do is, that's the only fulfilling life.
Is everybody back at this point?
Yes, unless anyone wanted to do anything else. Okay, then you all meet back up in the room in anticipation of your long rest for the night.
Can I have a conversation with people before we close, or do we want to close?
I think we can. Can we do a conversation? And
I would love to have the conversation because I promise
I
I'll
also
forget.
want to have a slumber party conversation where we're all lying in bed, so that can come later.
Yes.
Pillow fight.
So I read Miss Sybil's notebook. She has a number of musings on sort of her hypotheses surrounding Afterworld and sort of how it's powered, and
I got the sense that I didn't necessarily get the sense that she was a deceitful person from her writings, but I did get a sense that she has immense loyalty to Param, the god, and seems very concerned about making Param the world better, at least in her notebook that she gave me. I suppose she could have manifested it to be that way instead. I should also probably tell you that she and I have a mutual acquaintance, which is very strange because I don't know how Miss Sybil would know this person, but the benefactor of my most recent research, the things I mentioned before about the power of the humanoid spirit, her name is Miss Melancholy, and Sybil mentioned to me that she knows Miss Melancholy, and I don't.
Sybil knows the benefactor of the research that got you killed?
Yes, I didn't think about it like that, but it seems like the power of manifesting within Afterworld, at least Sybil thinks, is perhaps related to some of the work that I'm doing, or at least that's what she theorizes. So she thinks that perhaps there may be some connection, and mentions, I think, my project in her notebook, which is very strange because this was written, I'm assuming, a while ago. So I don't know how they connect.
We were just talking to someone downstairs who made it sound like it might have been a different amount of time since we died than we thought. Because we all and I know that Amalite was alive when I died, so I figured it was around the time that Amalite died, which she said wasn't too much longer after.
Well, it would be horrible if it's been a while, because I was really excited, and I think I was getting somewhere with my work, and it would be, I don't know who would pick it up. None of my students really have the same interests that I do about the magical sciences, and so I don't know who would continue the work and how Miss Melancholy would find another benefactor, but it's all very confusing, and I don't quite know what to make of it, to be honest. I don't know if this means that perhaps my benefactor is dead because Sybil knows her, so perhaps she stopped by the library at some point.
Or it could be someone with the same name.
I mean,
seems like a strange coincidence. It's not a very common name, Melancholy.
And I hadn't mentioned it to Miss Sybil at all. She mentioned Miss Melancholy by name, and I hadn't said anything. So,
well, to be fair, she's probably read your book, so
that's fair. I have published a number of them, but I haven't mentioned Miss Melancholy because it's still an ongoing project, so I wouldn't have disclosed that information.
I'm not trying to get back to my life 100 years in the future.
Yeah. So the person that we were talking to, she runs the train to Recordstown, and was saying that there we might be able to see when it is now. So I think that probably we should finish our memory trials. Still Amalite in mind, so we do that, and then we go to Recordstown and we see what's up, and we go from there. I also sorry, I am trying to remember if Roscoe Dirt was the one who told us. Roscoe Dirt told us that we can find people that we know through Recordstown, if that's only something Sybil told us.
Something Sybil told us.
Oh, I thought
okay.
That.
No.
I believe we knew that before. Yes.
Did we?
I thought we knew
I don't
already.
think so. I think we knew we need to go to Recordstown. We had to be verified by someone. But the fact that all of their names.
Yeah, I don't know if Roscoe Dirt was specifically like all of the names are there in Recordstown.
Yeah, and the location
Okay.
and all of that. I think
Oh, okay, cool. Never mind.
Okay, cool. And I don't even know if this is possible, but I mean, in that note, I left myself. I said, and I made it seem like I need to change my pact pretty direly, and I don't really know how to.
Pretty what?
With
a dire situation.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Rachel, would I do know that I need the help of another blood hunter to do that, right? That's just
so you know the ways to get a pact is to find somebody to make a pact with, or like find the two ways that you would think of to change your pact would be to find somebody to make a new pact with, or to find a blood hunter to see if they can help you make a new pact.
Okay.
But really the first way would be to like find another all-powerful being or more powerful being who can counteract or override your current pact, like the darkness did for the fiend pact you had.
Did you not already change your pact? Was it yesterday? Isn't that what you did when you got here?
I did. I made a pact with the darkness. So I'm assuming that was a bad choice on my part. I figured it would be, but I also just figured I had more time before that bit me in the butt. But according to my note, seems like maybe I should remedy that. So, I mean, obviously, there are other powerful entities here. I don't know how I would be able to make a pact with one, but if I can find, I mean, there's the person who taught me what I know. I feel like he's probably dead at this point. So I don't know. Just something else to look into at Recordstown, I guess, maybe, or ask around, see if we can find another blood hunter who could help me.
Or maybe, I mean, even gods die. Maybe there's like a dead god here who could help you out. No, all right.
I guess I don't really know.
True. I don't know how your magic works.
I was never really, I don't know. Don't take this wrong way. Not really a religious person, so I don't know how all of that.
When I said God, I meant sort of like, benefactor, magic thing.
Well, I would assume, if there was a demon or some such thing that I could make a pact with here that.
Well, I hope you wouldn't choose a demon. Again.
You do what you have to do sometimes. I'm just saying, I feel like if the darkness forced me to change my pact when I came here, that maybe that's the only game in town.
Well, what about Param?
Yeah, I don't really know anything about this Param. You're sort of the religious person. You know anything about?
I'm not religious to Param. I'm just, I almost said the force. Just the energy that, moves through everything. I guess it could be any god, but I mean, I know Param's got some sway here.
I guess I'd want to know a little bit about who I was getting into bed with before I sold my
surely
soul.
they would, tell you the pros and cons before they signed a pact with you. Although I don't know, I'm not much, don't have much experience signing.
The difference in the lives that we have led, I'm a little envious of you sometimes.
I would like to say it's mutual, but it's not.
Yeah, no, you probably don't want to have led my life.
But
No, I'm quite happy with my relationship with my magic.
Anyways, yeah, so I guess all I'm saying is I guess next place we should go is maybe Records Town. Hopefully there'll be answers there, but we should probably finish the memory trials before we go, just so we have that step done before we move on, so we don't have to come back if we don't want to.
So no one will make fun of us if we show up and we haven't done the things that we said we would do.
Miss Amalite, we said we were going to do your trial next, correct?
Yes, that is correct.
I'm sorry if this is
Kind of shuffles uncomfortably.
sore subject, but just to know, just
Cat meowing in the background.
oh my god.
Meows.
It's only when I'm talking to you.
Just so I know what spells to prepare.
Oh, I would also like to hear the answer to this question for that reason.
What
as
is
well.
the terrain that you anticipate us being in, or what the situation is? Are we in a building? Are we somewhere else?
I can answer this question for you. You remember that you were on a dock.
Well, there's gonna be probably water, and it was on a dock, as that voice in our brains just said.
Right. Yes, it's very helpful when that voice comes in.
My God.
All right. Then we will prepare, I suppose.
I just want to say, this is somewhat unrelated, but everybody I talked to disliked Sybil. So I find it a little bit suspicious that we all have memories of her being this kind, helpful person, when literally everybody I talk to hates her.
That does seem suspicious.
Just putting that out there.
You guys
My
haven't
bag-
told Roscoe Dirt about how he feels about Sybil, so
Ooh,
anyway.
spicy.
Keep going.
Oh shit!
But we're trying not to metagame, Rachel.
I know.
My bag knows something, but she's not telling me.
That sounds like a personal problem.
When you say that, the bag harumphs. Doesn't say anything else, but-
It's very melodramatic.
After you say that, you hear a knock on the door. It's very tentative.
I
Another
go and
child
open the door.
scorn like
Zephyr is outside. She goes, excuse me, I'm sorry to trouble you so late at night, but oh nope, she's doing Lenice's voice. Whoops. Lenice left this letter for Miss Leica.
for me.
I take it.
It's a folded up piece of paper.
I told you she liked you.
Maybe it's just like a. That's me, but maybe it's just you
open it up and it says, even though you don't speak Primordial, I thought you might enjoy your first opera. Please join me tomorrow night. I've got a ticket for you and a ticket for myself, if you would like to come to the opera with me.
Oh, we got outside on a date.
What?
Well, hang on, you guys. I didn't read it out loud.
No, I know.
So anyway, everything is normal and we don't know anything.
Thank you so much for joining us for this episode of Unfinished Business Afterworld. Remember, you're a champion and a scholar and you have great boobs. Sorry that this was such a sexy episode.
Like and subscribe and smash that alarm bell.
Smash it.
Love you so much. Good night.
Good night. Bye.